Good morning. My name is Melanie Forsyth, and I'm here on behalf of my mom, Gidimt'en Wing Chief Timberwolf, Mabel Forsyth. The town of Smithers is on the traditional territory of the Gidimt'en Gastia territory, and which means grizzly house. And so on behalf of my mom, Timberwolf, and our house chief, Was, Frank Alex Sr., I would like to welcome you to the traditional territory of the Gidimt'en clan's Gastia house. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Bazil. I belong to the Nacpil clan. I'm born into the Wet'suwet'en and Gitxsan peoples. And I'm come to tell a story today for the Smithers Multicultural Society at this Heritage Days cultural event. I thank you for having me, and I'm looking forward to watching everyone else's performances. I've come to tell you a story today. As a storyteller, I don't like to just tell stories to begin with. I first would like to ask and invite everyone here to first give me your consent to tell you a story and to borrow your imaginations. So to do this, I invite you to close your eyes. You can keep them open if you like. And I'd like you to picture on your tongue a small ball of saliva. And picture yourself as that little ball of saliva. You can see it. It's sitting on your tongue and it's looking around, and inside your mouth it can see the light coming in from your cheeks and in between your teeth. Go ahead and swallow this small ball of saliva and picture it going down your throat into your stomach. It's floating around with the sandwiches that Luba made for you. And it can see the light coming in through your ribs and through your stomach. It's now dispersing throughout your body and becoming the form of light. And the light it's shining is white, causing everything around you to be the color white like snow. Everything around you is white is now changing to the color red like the sunrise. Everything around you is red is now changing to the color yellow, like the sun. Everything around you is yellow, now changing to the color blue. Everything is blue like the sky. You can now open your eyes. I'm now holding your imaginations, and while I hold it, I will respect them and honor it. And I would like to do this exercise with you following the stories, and it will return your imaginations back to you. The story I selected for today is a trickster legend. The trickster was a person who had supernatural abilities. The supernatural abilities were able to transform what was around this person. And this trickster's name is Wiget. Wiget is a character from the stories of the Gitxsan people. Wiget was a Gitxsan word that meant big man. And he was a very large man who was gluttonous, clumsy, greedy, always hungry, and pretty much anything a person could be, except 1,000 times more. So if a person could get very jealous, this character could become 1,000 times more jealous. And so in this story, there was a time when no human beings had fire. And so around the time like right now, when things are starting to get colder and darker, the people did not have any ways of cooking their food or lighting their homes in the darkness. So they had to be in the cold and in the dark during the dark seasons. But this one chief on the whole world did have fire. In a very large room, much like this one, this fire was kept in the middle of the room. And it was a large room with a lot of sharp points sticking out of the floor, away from the fire. So no one could come up and steal the fire from this person, this chief. Because he wanted to keep his gift of the fire unique. He wanted to keep the gift of having this fire unique. He wanted to be the only person who had fire. But Wiget had heard about fire, and he heard about the large room that had sharp points sticking out of the floor, almost all the way up to the walls. And this big house, the fire was in the middle, and if anybody did want to come and visit with the fire, they had to stay along the walls, and they couldn't get close to the fire. So Wiget was still far away from this village. Wiget was watching in the forest. There was a deer. And the deer back then, in this long time ago, had still had a long tail that dragged on the ground when it was moving. And Wiget was watching this deer as it danced in the forest. It was bounding, and it was dancing in the forest. And every time it landed its heavy weight on sharp stones or thorns, he noticed that the deer did not get hurt landing on these sharp stones or on these sharp thorns. And so Wiget had this idea that he could take this deer's skin and wear it and to get close to the fire. Wiget took down the deer and he ate him. He kept his skin all in one piece so he could tan the hide, and he kept the fur and the head attached, the antlers, the hooves, everything was all still attached. And when it was finished, ready for him to wear, he wore the costume and he was able to put the helmet on, and he practiced dancing. And just like as he watched the deer before, he saw some sharp stones. He wanted to try out his new feet. And so he danced on the sharp stones, and he danced on the thorns, and nothing hurt his feet. And so he was ready. He picked up his raven robe, and he put it away, and he walked to that village. When he got to the village, further out from the village was some guards on the trails. And the guards on the trails, they stopped him and asked him, "Stop. Who are you? What is your business here?" And Wiget told them, "Well, I am a great dancer and a great performer. I have come to perform for your people." And they turned him away. They said, "Oh no, we're not accepting any guests." He said, "Wait, hear me out. I plan to dance among the sharp points that surround your fire, and I will not get hurt." And those guards, they just had themselves a good laugh, and then they walked him towards the village. A bit of their curiosity got to them. They thought either he bent the truth or he was boastful. And so they talked with the speaker for the people. The speaker for the people came out to greet them. And the guards said, "Well, listen what he's here for." And he told the speaker for the people, "I have come to dance among the sharp points in your big house, and I will not get hurt." Now the speaker of the people also had a good laugh, but his curiosity too got to him. And so he went inside and he spoke with the chief. And the chief pulled the people together because they were curious of who was outside visiting and waiting to come inside to meet them. And the speaker for the people told him that there's a dancer outside waiting. He'd like to dance among the sharp points that surround your fire. And he claims that he will not get hurt. The people and the chief, they just had a good laugh. And so But they got curious. They figured, yes, he's either boastful or he's a bender of the truth. And so they invited him in and they gathered the people. They were all gathering in this big room. They were all lined up against the walls. They had drummers and singers near the entrance. And they invited him in to dance. And they started picking up with their drums and songs. And just like he said, he was dancing with them along the walls. He was dancing with the people, and they were all loving his beautiful dancing. He was a graceful dancer. He was a very entertaining dancer. As he danced among the people, he danced around that speaker for the people. And the speaker was folding his arms, and he was cocking his head at him. And so Wiget danced around him, and the speaker for the people kept watching him, and he had his arms folded. And so Wiget spoke with him and asked him, are you not enjoying the dancing? And the speaker for the people said, oh yes, you speak the truth. You are a very wonderful dancer. That we can see. But you said you would dance among the sharp points without getting hurt. And we have not yet seen any of this. And so Wiget took this as his signal. And the drummers and singers, they picked up their song. They picked up their beat. And he began to dance among the sharp points that surrounded the fire on the floor. And as he went around the room, everybody was watching. They were still enjoying his dancing, but they're also watching his feet. They're waiting to see if he would become hurt. And so as he got closer and closer to the floor, to the middle, they were still watching his feet. Nobody stopped him from getting closer to the fire. And when he danced, he swung his long tail. He swung it into the fire. And when he saw that the end of the tail landed inside the fire, he left it there and he kept dancing side to side until he noticed that that tail had become burning. And he looked frightened. He looked frightened and he began to run out the door. Even the guards moved out of his way. All the people moved out of his way. They were very frightened for their beautiful dancer. He would just run out and his tail was burning. They were so frightened for him. He got far away from the village and he kept looking behind him because he just stole fire. His tail was burning bright and he was swinging it happily because it was burning bright. And he noticed there was nobody following him and he was very far away from the village. And so he walked up to all of the trees on the world and he tapped at them. He tapped that burning tail against the trees and he tapped the burning tail against the trees and he told them that those trees would hold fire for his people. And he went up to Punky Stump, and this Punky Stump, he even spoke to the Punky Stump. And he said, Punky Stump, you will burn brightly and easily burn for my people to start their fires. And by the time he went around the whole world with this burning tail, talking to every tree, he had burnt that tail down to a very short tail now. And it burnt short close to his back. And he had to put the fire out. And so ever since this day, the deer's tail is very short, but it also has black fur on the tips. And all of the wood in the world can burn. And that is the story of Wiget Steals Fire. I would like to return your imaginations back to you. So I invite you to go back to where we began with our eyes closed. And picture everything around you. Your inner light is shining on everything around you is blue. Everything is blue is now changing to the color yellow. Everything is yellow now changing to the color red like the sunrise. Everything is red now changing back to where we began. Everything is color white like snow. You can open your eyes. Thank you for your imaginations and for your time.
ko ang lahat. Kailan nung ako'y di na naging sapat. Ba't di mo sinabi nung una pa lang ako ang kailangan, pero di ang mahal.
we're stronger than before. We made it through. I've never felt more sure because of you. Hey now, are you listening? It'll be okay, 'cause I will love you till they take my heart away. Believe I'm here to stay, 'cause I will love you till they take my heart away. Believe in me, I'm here to stay, 'cause I will love you till they take my heart away, away, away. I will love you till they take my heart away, away, away. I will love you till they take my heart away. Thank you.
Denise, Jacuzet, Skyzet. Howdy, my name is Kelsey Abraham, and I'm originally from Lake Babi Nation with the Yiltehu clan. I'm going to sing a song that belongs to my family, and in my language we say Yankakwanzu. And so what that song talks about, it talks about how beautiful the land that we're on, and how sometimes we take that for granted with our everyday lives. And also it talks about what a beautiful day it is today, and to celebrate such an event like this, a multicultural event. It's an honor to be here. So the first song I'm going to do is Yankakwanzu. Yen Kakonzo second song I'd like to sing an honor song. In my community, this song has been turned into a woman's honor song. In my language, we say, Yutni Sawa Bedinai. And it talks about that time of day when the sun hits the moon as they pass. Yutni Sawa Bedinai. The youth and the teens, the young ladies, the women, back in my community of Lake Babine, Naruten, they turned this into a woman's honor song. Oh, ah, hey! The first song that I'll dance for you is men's northern traditional style of dance. It's called a sneak up. And this is a warrior's dance. And it's a story about hunting your prey and the prey's hunting you. And so we're warriors out there. And that's why this is called a warrior's dance. So my first song is going to be a sneak up. second song, I will be doing a duck and dive.
Alright, let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Young Stick. Here we go. Good luck, boys.
Of my daughter, Bellarine Abraham, myself, Kelsey Abraham, Tebi Masai, the Disney to the Multicultural Society that invited us here today and given us the opportunity to share our dance, tell our story. Masai, thank you.
Today we will be performing the Russian folk dance.
Дети, сюда! Иди, деревня! Выходи! А что деревня? Мужики-то где? Понаехали тут, и деревня вся! Деревня, деревня, четыре двора, из ворот ворота, четыре двора, из ворот ворота. На пятый двор живет миленький мой, далеко живет, честности подает. А я молода, вся дорога была,
my name is Facundo Gastia. I'm from Argentina. I'm specifically from a neighborhood called Mataderos, from a city of Buenos Aires. I say that I'm from Mataderos and not just from Buenos Aires itself because it's very different. In Buenos Aires is one of those cities that you can recognize the accent of somebody that comes from the other neighborhood, kind of thing. So this is about a little bit of culture from my country. This is kind of style of music that it was, I don't know, it's a mix and a merging of a style of music. It's pretty sad. I'm a Latin American, but the Argentinian music, Latin Americans in general, is sad and boring. So bear with us, and that's what I want to say. I want to say too that it's kind of, I'm super happy to be here, and thank you for the organizers of the multicultural thing. This song is about nap time. It's about the time, this transition point when nap time finish and the city start to wake up again. Siesta se acaba y con ella se despiertan los ruidos de la calle que con el sol entran por la ventana. Suena la canción del afilador que pasa en bicicleta. Alguien lo llama, piedra sacando chispas. Botellero canta al ritmo de la pata de un caballo que piel y huesos tira de un carro. Suena la canción del afilador que pasa en bicicleta. Alguien lo llama, piedra sacando chispas. Suena la canción del afilador que pasa en bicicleta. Alguien lo llama, piedra sacando chispas. So that was La Siesta. That was the name of the song. It's a song that I really loved to play when I used to play with a band called Los Gringos Salvajes. I'm trying to put this thing together again because I really like it. I'm really nervous to be here. It's 3 years I'm not on a stage like this with an instrument and singing, and so I feel blessed that I'm here in some weird way. It's like a torturer bless, if you know what I mean. Anyway, so the next song today is 9/11, the day that I'm playing this. I don't know when it's gonna air that piece, but today is 9/11, and something terrible happened in 9/11. It was the bombardment of the Casa de la Moneda in Chile, where Pinochet took power, killing in his desk to Allende, Salvador Allende. So this song is about uprisings and demonstrations and things that I went through in my life. Latin America went through, the whole southern part of the planet kind of go through periodically. And it's dedicated to the Chilean people, that it was on the street last 2-3 years, fighting to change the constitution, and that's what they are doing now. This is song for the Chilean people. Balas de goma que zumban el aire, saturado de gas e injusticia, que hace arder las gargantas y blandir los puños al viento. La libertad y el hambre, un acto de amor, un acto de violencia. Un acto de amor, un acto de violencia. Se encuentran en las barricadas, piedras que vuelan, ojos que sangran, hasta que valga la pena vivir. Hasta que valga la pena vivir. Dicen el cartel, dicen el cartel. It's an odd way of finishing a song, but I don't care. I finish like that. So, thank you so much for letting me play here. And yeah. Don't forget, if you are in the Buckley Valley, then there is a radio show in the CICK. It's a radio show that I do with my friends. It's called El Mataderos, the Slaughterhouse. It comes 2 times a week. I don't remember the hour, but if you're a Latin American, maybe you will enjoy it. Maybe if you're somebody who likes to just speak Spanish. Thank you so much for Laura and Patricia here.
It's called a 3-in-1 sword dance. I'm going to be dancing between some swords, and I've kindly been lent these swords from Patricia, so we'll see how it goes. But essentially, I'm going to be dancing around the swords. The first step is actually addressing the sword. So I'll dance around, and then eventually I will be dancing inside the swords. So here it goes.
So that was the reel, a set of a couple of Canadian reels. That was St. Anne's Reel, well known across Canada by all fiddlers. Every fiddler in Canada has played that. And the second one is called La Joyeuse Québécoise, or in English, Joys of Quebec. Now, we're going to take you on a bit of a ride around the world here. We've got quite a few different countries that we're going to be represented. And the next is from Brazil. The song is Cascada de Lágrimas, which means waterfall of tears. And it's done in the style of Brazilian choro, which is has a very Latin beat to it. But it is a waltz. Cascada de Lágrimas. Audience, thank you, thank you. Did you want to talk about Tarantella?
Sure. So the next piece we're going to take you to takes you to Italy, and this is a Napoletana Tarantella. And we do think of all the pieces, you might really recognize this one because it's an absolute classic.
Thank you, thank you.